Hey, what is up, you guys? This is Dre the Gamer right here. Welcome back to another stream. Today, everyone, we are playing some more Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. So today, everyone, we are doing the Vermont Flyout. We're going to be starting off in Bennington, Vermont, aka Moore State. We're going to be working our way over to Deerfield Regional, or Deerfield Valley Regional Airport, which was, it's near Dover, Vermont. This is going to be the Vermont Flyout, so we're going to fly over more or less most of Vermont. So after that, we're gonna fly over a couple lakes. We're gonna work our way up north. We're gonna follow. We're gonna head back west, follow in western Vermont. We're gonna fly over Rutland. Then we're gonna head east over to, I think, like Stowe, and then on to Montpelier, which is the state capital of Vermont, aka where Bernie Sanders lives. Then from there, we're going to Newport State, aka Northeast Kingdom Airport, I think it's called. And then on to Franklin County and Swanton, Vermont, and then wrapping up in Burlington, Vermont. And Burlington, Vermont is the biggest city. It's the biggest city in Vermont, kind of a college town. Alright, in the meantime, we have got the Icon A5. Free viewers, welcome. Okay, I am going to join the VC if anyone wants to join. Okay, the stream looks good. So yes, we are on East server for those who want to join. So yeah, we're going to take off out of here. Let it rip, potato chip. Alright, we're going to give it some boost. Alright, let's get out of here. So yeah, these things aren't quick, but, I mean, worst case, we'll switch to a different plane. Does the gear not go up? Oh no, I put the flaps up, that's why. Okay, the gear does go up. Alright, so yeah, we have been here before. For those of you who watched me for a while, we've been here before. I gotta say, this thing does like to climb. I don't know what the hell is going on with the trim. The trim, it's trying to make me climb higher than it should. Anyone know how to adjust the trim? Because this is... Whoa, okay. So I'm trying to adjust the trim here. Okay, that's the magneto. Alright, I guess we're just gonna have to deal with it, because I cannot figure out how to mess with the trim. Because, yeah, we should not be this high up. I actually don't want to. I think we're already heading to New York. Do not want to go there. Okay, that below us, though, is the Bennington bypass, so we're gonna do a loop down. It's the, it's like a small highway that runs through Bennington, Vermont. It's kind of like it bypasses the town, basically. Because before we had, there was pretty bad traffic on the main street. Alright. So, this is the bypass down us. Right where we're heading to now, this is actually a weigh station, so this is where you would stop and they would weigh your truck. And we've done that in American Truck Simulator. So yeah, we're flying right over it. Okay, we got a bit of overspeed going on. Alrighty. Okay. Okay, my mic is good. Alright, good. No problem so far. So we're now going to pass towards the Bennington. We're flying towards the Bennington Monument, which is symbol of the Revolutionary War. There's some rich history in Bennington. The Battle of Bennington. It's a notable turning point in the war. The funny fact is that the Battle of Bennington was not actually fought in Bennington. It was actually fought in New York. That's kind of the interesting thing. But it was definitely a turning point in the Revolutionary War. Or maybe Saratoga was. I'm not sure. Alright, let's slow down on the throttle here. But yeah, we're going to fly right by the monument. I was actually just here yesterday. I mean, this is like, yeah, no, this town is not far from where I live. It's about 20 minutes from me. So this is kind of my local area. Because I live right on the New York-Vermont border. Okay. So we're going to fly past the monument. We're going to just fly over Bennington here. Alrighty. Let's get some music here. How's everyone been? I haven't streamed in it's been about, I didn't stream last weekend. I've had a crazy, honestly, I've had a crazy couple of weeks. Yeah, I got a new car. Well, not really a new car. I just got another car for the business last weekend. Yeah, I've been up and down, you know, mentally. We're actually flying over County Street right now in Bennington, Vermont. Right over County Street, and behind us is the high school. Right behind us is the Bennington High School. Alright, we'll give it full throttle. Yeah, this thing tops out around like around 100 knots, I think, is what it... Cruising speed's 85 knots. I think it tops out around like 100 knots. So yeah, this here is now Vermont 9, which goes all the way through the state, basically. It runs from Vermont to New Hampshire. This road, actually, it's like New York 7 turns into this road, which is Vermont 9, and then it goes on to New Hampshire. So it's a pretty long road. And New York 7 actually runs all the way from Pennsylvania. So it goes from Pennsylvania to New York, then Vermont to New Hampshire, and then I think from New Hampshire to the ocean. Just some interesting history, I guess. This area, I think it's not entirely well mapped, this specific stretch of road we're on. There is a trailer park there. I think the trailer park is actually pretty accurate. Because I know this area in real life. I've driven here many times. So that's how I know. Alright, game's looking nice and crispy. Alright, yeah, let's just fly over the mountains now. And it's not really worth following all the way, so let's climb a little bit. Bit of a steep climb, so let's slow down on the... Oh, got some power lines up here. That just shows how steep the mountains are. Alrighty. So yeah, that road is also named the Molly Stark Trail. Molly Stark was the wife of a Revolutionary War general. I can't remember his name though, but I know there's a lot of references to like Molly Stark. Like there's Molly Stark Elementary School, Molly Stark Trail. Jake Mitch wants to be your friend. Okay, yeah, sure. Let's accept his friend request. Okay. Not sure if you guys saw that on the stream or not, but I did get a friend request from Jake, so. Probably because he wants to load in and spawn on top of me, that's why. Okay, this is a small pond here. It also runs along the Route 9. Maybe we'll do a buzz of it. Okay, we're about 10 miles from our first stop. Let's just do a nice buzz. Yeah, forget my dog in the background. Just say I partially chose this plane because I wanted to make some water landings. partially why I chose this plane. So I think this stream is going to be around the 2-hour mark. If it goes past that, we'll have to wrap it up. We'll have to finish it next week. Because it's just exhausting anything past that. I got some things I got to do later today. So I'm going to go to the county fair. We have, I don't know if you guys know what those are, but we have fairs. We have like these county fairs. I'm seeing Icarus twice. I don't know why. There's 2 Icarus ones. I'm not sure, are we over the mountains or are we on the road? Like following the road, because it's interesting. Yeah, I gotta say, this thing is pretty loud. It's like bzzz, just constant. Alrighty. Okay, I guess let's slow down a little bit. I guess this still is that Vermont 9, aka the Molly Stark Trail. I'm just not recognizing this specific stretch of road. The wind turbines, those I do recognize that are in front of me and to my right. Those are actually there. Yeah, they do actually. And I think maybe there's more in the distance, yeah. If you look over there, there's actually more in the distance. Whoa, damn, that was close. That will be in our Discord later. This makes for a good screenshot. I'll say we're kind of trying to match the same speed, but alrighty. I don't want to crash into each other. 4 viewers, welcome 4 viewers. So we got, yeah, Deerfield Valley Regional, which is it's about at my 11, it's about 11 o'clock from us. And then we got Wilmington, which is straight ahead. So I think we're going to check out Wilmington and then just fly north to Deerfield Valley Regional because it's basically straight ahead, straight above it. And we're going to check out this lake here, because Vermont has a lot of nice lakes. Icon A5, haven't seen that plane in a minute. Yeah, not many people fly with it. It's good for, like, water landings. It's easy to learn how to fly. It's easy to learn off of it. It's good for, like, sea landings. But, yeah, no one really... Yeah, not many people fly it, because it is kind of slow. That's the flaw of it. This thing is not very quick. And believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, we are about halfway between Vermont and New Hampshire. We're in the southern tier of Vermont, and we're right around the halfway point between the Vermont and New Hampshire border. So if you were to drive on this road, this would be the halfway point. So we're like 15 minutes in, and we're already halfway across the state. Vermont, it's tall, but it's not very wide. Yes, it does have a parachute. Yes, yes, I know it does. I'm not sure if we have that in Flight Sim, but I know we did. I don't know what this is going on here. Does it somehow know I'm talking? That's weird. Yeah, no shit, it does. How the fuck does it know that? Am I in like some? What is this? Like, why is it? What is it record? Because I'm in Discord. I don't think I'm in like an Xbox party. Because I did get this from the Microsoft store. Alright, meantime, let's fly on down into Wilmington. And there's that airport just above it, like I said. In the meantime, yeah, let's just circle the lake. Let's try and do a nice landing. This is the Harriman Reservoir. Not sure who it's named after, but it's called Actually, I believe it's called the Harriman Reservoir. Let me just look up Google on Maps. Okay. And I need to turn on my Google. Because, yeah, well, we're just going to kind of coast. I'm just going to coast on down, and we're going to see what we're doing here. I believe it's called the Harriman Reservoir, but maybe it's called something else. Okay, let's look on Google Maps. Yes, it is called the Harriman Reservoir. Okay, and it flows in the Deerfield River, flows into the Harriman Reservoir. From there, it flows into Massachusetts, I believe, and then on to Connecticut. And also, ladies and gentlemen, we are, speaking of which, so we're about halfway from Vermont and, oh, fuck, my neck hurts. We're about halfway from Vermont and New Hampshire, and we're also maybe 10, 15 miles north of Massachusetts. So we're not far from Massachusetts. Just a small world, you know. Vermont, that being said, Vermont is a nice state. You know, the government aid isn't the best because of, you know, it's kind of a limited population. But a lot of natural beauty, low taxes. But yeah, it's like, yeah, like we only have 5 DMVs in the whole state. I'm not from Vermont personally, but it's like literally the next town over for me, so that's why I'm there all the time. Meantime, I am going to try and land. We're going to try and do a water landing in this thing. Okay, I'm not sure how the flaps work. Okay. Well, that worked, so now we got flaps. Alright, so yeah, we're going to try a water landing. Alright, Icarus is behind me. Alright. Coming in. Alright, trying to focus here. Whoa! Oh. Okay. It was a bit harsh. Okay, I guess that's how you do it. Whoa. Okay. So yeah, I guess that's normal. You make a huge mist. Because I was going to say, the first time I actually bounced, Icarus did not make as big a mist as I did, but... Okay. Kind of cool. Alright, we're going to turn around and take off. Alright, here we go. Yep. Oh, there we go. It's pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. I quite like this thing. It's just, I remember I used this, I've never flown this in FS24. I flew it in FS20 and we did not have the waves in the mist like we did in this game, but I guess it's just gotten better. It's become more realistic. Alrighty. Wilmington, which is a small town. I don't know much about Wilmington. I've driven through it a couple of times. But it's got some restaurants. Kind of a small town, I guess. This is like downtown Wilmington. Whoa, oh, my bad. Hit the rudder button. Alright, now we're going to carry on to Deerfield Valley. And, yep, whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, yep. Almost stalled. I think we're going to do maybe a touch and go. Yeah, maybe we don't even really need to land there because it's not really not a huge airport. Alrighty. Alrighty. We got a Stampy 16485. Stampy like the YouTuber, I guess. Alright. Yeah, I don't know why Icarus's name is showing up twice. That is something weird. Something weird is going on. Alrighty. How do I open now? If anyone was a tab? Yep, tab. That's how I do it. Okay, so yeah, after this, the next stop would be Rutland, which is Rutland, Vermont. That would be the next stop after this place. Rutland actually has some rich history. It's small, but it is a city. It's an actual city. Vermont doesn't have a lot of cities. They have a lot of mines. They had a huge marble industry years ago. Okay, I don't think we're... yeah, no, we're not going to land here. We'll just do a low pass. Just a small airport, nothing really special. Shit. Same here. I have a double tag. Okay. Yeah, something weird's going on, I guess. Okay, alright. So, yeah, we're not landing here. We're just going to do a pass. This is Dover, Vermont. Now, actually, there is one thing I want to show you guys. Oh, we got a golf course down here. So, we're going to fly over this mountain here. And I'm going to show you guys a lake. And this is a lake that I've been to myself many times. I come here all the time. Oh. Gotta fix my hair. Alright. So I'm gonna show you guys. Yeah, I don't know what it is with the trim. If anyone knows how to fix the trim, let me know, because it's saying it's 30%. And I couldn't find a way to adjust it in the cockpit. Okay. Whoa, okay, I'm not really paying attention here. Okay. So, let's see who else we get. Let's see if we can get some people in here. Okay, yeah, I'm not paying attention. That's why we're getting tossed around. Welcome 5 viewers. This here, actually, what we're flying over right now on this mountain, this is a ski resort. I think it's called Mount Snow. I'm not entirely sure, but this is a ski resort. It's summer up. Well, it's like right around the start of fall. These trees should actually start to already be turning orange because fall comes early in Vermont. There's a little pond at the top here. A little lake pond. I didn't know there was a lake here, but there is. Yeah, you can join the Discord. Yeah, I'm in VC if you want to talk. I don't have my headphones on right this second, but I'll still probably hear you. Okay. Where was that thing I wanted to show you guys? Oh, hello, someone joined. Hearing some, I heard someone in the. Okay, now what was I doing here? Because someone left, I guess. I'm not sure. Okay, so yeah, we're not going in the right direction. That's the Harriman Reservoir. I'm getting a bit lost here. I'm actually getting a bit lost, but that lake up there, ladies and gentlemen, is a lake that I've gone there a long time. I go here fairly often. It's a nice lake, so I'm going to show you guys it. It's got some history behind it, so I figured I'll show you guys. But it's been a crazy week, I'm not going to lie. I just turned 21. I went and saw System of a Down in a giant stadium, called aka MetLife Stadium. Yeah, just had a couple errands. Went out on Friday. Went out last night. Had a good time last night. Went out to the bars. Met some nice people. So right now we're flying over the Deerfield River. This river runs from this lake into the Harriman Reservoir, which we were just flying over, and then on to Massachusetts. But yeah, this plane is not very quick. But yeah, we're gonna do a pass here. We're actually gonna do another water landing. See how far we can travel in the lake. Alright. Yeah, I got allergies going on this time of year. 6 viewers. Welcome, 6 viewers. Alright, let's cut the throttle. Let's give some flaps. Well, yeah, the trim on this thing is fucked. Yeah, I'm a little tired, I'm not gonna lie. Whoa, oh, there goes Icarus. It's been a crazy week, to say the least. Alright, so we got a dam right here. This is what holds the whole lake in. This is a reservoir, so it's used for... it's a hydroelectric dam, so it turns, it makes electricity. Alright. Yeah, there's not really much of a beach here. It's just kind of like there's a few spots where you can kind of swim. Whoa, that's a bit steep. That was a bounce. There we go, that's better. I feel like you're always going to have like a mist of some sorts. Yep, it's a bit bumpy. And you can even see the mist in the cockpit. Yeah, I do not want to take off. Whoa! Yep, and we got thrown around. I just kind of want to cruise. Yeah, it's pretty rough in here, I'm not going to lie. But outside, it's pretty smooth. A little bit misty, and oh, the game actually is getting a bit choppy from the mist. But welcome 6 viewers. Okay, there we go. So yeah, the lake is actually pretty long. It's about maybe 3 miles wide at its widest point. Actually, no, it's probably more like 2 miles. It's maybe like 2 miles wide at its widest point. But it's pretty long. It's about 8 miles long. What's up? Hello, Rev. Welcome. Just don't exit the plane. It will break your immersion while on the water. What will it look like? Would it break this thing, or it's kind of weird? Or will it like teleport the plane back in the air? All right. Okay. So yeah, we're like at the north end of the lake now, just kind of swimming really. The lake is pretty long, I'll say that. You will be able to walk on water? Damn, I thought only Jesus could do that. I didn't know we could do that. Alright, yeah, I'm just gonna cruise really for... Alrighty. Okay, so... There's a free dragon mod. So yeah, this is kind of the part of the lake that like no one really swims at, because there is kind of the southern end where like near the dam is. There's like a boat launch there. There's a couple places where you can access it. Here, this is just wild. You know, there's like no roads up here. It's just woods. That's all it is. And looks like we're at the end of the lake. Yeah, because you can't even see it directly. All right, let's take off. Let's get out of here. Alrighty. Little island there. Let's check out what we're doing here. Oh, fuck. My neck hurts. I don't know what happened. But my neck does hurt. Discord streaming my POV, by the way. Oh, cool. Sure, I'll check it out. Okay. Watch stream. Sure, we'll watch it. There's Discord for Xbox. Oh, okay, you're doing tornado stuff. Okay. Alright. So this is the north end of the lake, ladies and gentlemen. This is kind of... So there's where it started. And then there's also another pond. I think this up here is called Grout Pond. And it ends... you access it a different way. You can't just drive all the way along the lake. You have to take a completely different route to get to Grout Pond. I'm not even sure if it's connected to the main lake. I can't tell. No, it's not. Okay, but we're going to be heading up north now. Our final destination, well, to our next stop, which is Rutland. Yeah, I had a wild week. Nope, I don't want that. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Yeah, Discord, if on Xbox, you could share your gameplay with PlayStation. Yeah, if on Xbox, you can share your gameplay with PlayStation Discord. You can't yet. I didn't even know there was Discord for consoles, period. Like, I did not know you could get Discord on an Xbox or maybe even a PlayStation. I have a PS4, but I honestly haven't used it in years. I'm pretty much PC. PC and, well, politically correct, but also a PC player. Yeah, now I know. 6 viewers. Welcome, 6 viewers. We had 7 briefly. I'm gonna get some chips because I got the munchies. Ah. Oh shit. I did get a new chair too because my old one was lost a wheel and it was kind of falling apart. Like it couldn't, like for years it had issues holding its height. Because you know it's a pneumatic spring, and over time that pneumatic spring wears out. But yeah, I gotta say this one is pretty good. It's pretty comfy. I got some low-fat Lays here, so I'm gonna give these guys. We're gonna give them a try. They're like crisps, you know. They're baked. I did, I haven't had these in years, but they used to sell them at school. These are some, like, dirt roads that, okay, these dirt roads go to Grout Pond. That one, I don't know where that goes, honestly. This one runs kind of along the lake. I think it goes for a campsite. Alright. Alright, where am I here? Okay, let's work our way upstate. Oh, we're definitely high up. We're like 6,000 feet. Just kind of hoping to, see, it's just nothing but mountains. Now, we got some towns there, and behind the mountains is New York. I was hoping to show you guys some of the towns. Yep, and it keeps climbing. Alrighty. So I'm not sure what town that is. I think that's Manchester, but I can't tell from here. Let's go down a little bit. Sorry about my dogs. Yeah, alright. And we're a bit zoomed in here. Down here we got the Route US 7. I like to call it the Green Mountain Autobahn. It's an expressway that runs for like 30 miles. Well, like 25, 30-ish miles. Runs all the way from Bennington to Dorset. It's free, 4 lanes in some places. And after that, it just turns into a 2-lane highway until basically Wallingford. Now, this is actually interesting. I'm going to show you guys this right here. This is Skyline Drive. It's one of the 2 toll roads in Vermont. I'm going to show you guys it. It's located in Sandgate, Vermont. I've personally never been. But I'm going to check it out. So it's like a toll road. You see a lot around. So, it was owned by some old rich dude who then decided to open up the toll road. I think there is a little bit of history there. Really rich guy. Abraham Lincoln's son also had a house in Arlington, Vermont, which is the town, the next town from it. Michael J. Fox lives in Arlington, Vermont. Well, yeah, we're gonna check out Skyline Drive. You could see from for you really good visibility. You can see all around. Yeah, pretty high altitude. We are gonna come down. So yeah, this is Skyline Drive. And behind these mountains is New York. Yeah, good chance we're gonna have to turn this into a two-part fly out. Because I got a feeling this one's gonna take its sweet ass time. Because we got a lot of ground to cover, and this plane ain't quick. I think the A5 can go up to 10,000 feet. Yeah, this is Skyline Drive, and you can see quite a lot from here. I think this is it right here. Well, not paying attention. Well, alright, come on. Yeah, Skyline Drive, ladies and gentlemen. You can drive right up it. I'm gonna go there and check it out at some point. And I think this is the end of it. Yep, this is, I think, right where it ends. And down here we got the town of Manchester, Vermont. Damn, this thing is cooking. We're doing like over 200 miles an hour. And that's why they call me the chef, though, because I can cook, you know what I'm saying? Yep, this is Manchester, alright. I can tell by the overpass, by that overpass. Ooh. Hello, Jake. Jake's probably in like a tornado, or what was he in? I'll just open his stream. Yep, he's in the tornado. Jake, are you an FS24? Or, because it looks a lot like, your thing looks a lot like FS20. Um, that would be cool if you can both see people from FS20 and FS24 on the same game. That would actually be cool if you could see both. Because his game looked a lot like FS20, not FS24. It's flying upside down and shit. Because I can see it in Discord. Yeah, he's zooming around doing like almost Mach 1. Whoa! I wasn't paying attention, I was looking in Discord, that's why we'll keep flying. Whoa, alright. Alright, let's get some music in here. I'm getting kind of bored. Damn it. Every time I take my hand off the controls, this happens. And there's no autopilot in this thing, that's why. Alright. Let's look up rock, no copyright. There we go.
If you're a homeowner in New York and you're still paying for electricity, then you could be missing out on free government assistance to go solar.
I can skip it. Alright, got some copyright-free rock. I think let's turn it down a little bit though. It's a bit loud, so we're gonna turn that down. Because yeah, you guys still want to hear me. In the meantime, yeah, I believe this is Mount Tabor right in front of us. And beyond the mountains is New York. So we're right near the New York-Vermont border. There goes Jake. Meantime, let's get on down to... Let's fly down and board a bit, because we're a bit high up. I already know what song they based the song off of. Obviously, it can't be identical because it wouldn't get copyrighted, but it's kind of genius. Alrighty. So yeah, we got Route 7 down here, US 7, which was an expressway till Dorset. Now this is where it turns into a single lane road. And right next to it we have the train tracks, which is owned by Vermont Rail System. And they run, I think, definitely from Rutland to Bennington, but I'm pretty sure they run to Canada. You see trains here pretty often. It's usually the same, train every day. It runs once, twice a day, I'd say, from Rutland to Bennington. Just a freight train. train track seems to kind of be disappearing into the trees. But don't worry, it's there. Alrighty. Alright, we got a little town here. Maybe this is Wallingford. Maybe. I'm not really sure what town this is.
But if you want to go far, go together. At Amica Insurance,
maybe it's like South Wallingford, that's what it is.
Prioritize your needs.
Because I know this road, I've drove here a couple times.
Amica and get a quote today.
Yeah, we're not far from Rutland. I'd say like 10 minutes, we'll be there. Not a bad song. Alrighty. Oh. Got some kind of a quarry here. Maybe it's, yeah, maybe it's that marble quarry. Damn, I gotta find something to talk about. Kind of running out of things to talk about, honestly. I don't know why. I guess I'm just burnt out, to be honest. Because usually I'd be pretty chatty, but yeah, for those of you who joined recently, I went to I just turned 21. I went to System of a Down on Wednesday at Giant Stadium in New Jersey. That was a good fucking show. We were smoking weed. Yeah, so there was some funny stuff. One dude got kicked out for jerking off. That was on national headlines. Some dude got kicked out for jerking off. Then, let me finish these chips. So we were smoking weed, and there was a guy, there was a military dude above us, well, like, ex-military. above us, and I guess he didn't like that we were smoking, so he decided to start spraying beer on everybody. So we all got drenched. Then, not 5 minutes later, the dude was standing around screaming, and he fell over and rolled right over us and just rolled down 5 rows of people.
Like
instant karma.
Or saving for a family vacation.
It was a good show, some good songs. LOL, yeah, it was funny. Yeah, I didn't do much else there, really. I was hoping to hit the clubs or the bars, but... Alright, so yeah, we're in, like, northern Wallingford now. Maybe we're even in Rutland already, because this is right where it turns into a... I think, yes, we're still in Wallingford, because it turns into a expressway again, like it has here. Yeah, then we did System do the song Lonely Day. I don't think they did, no. There was IEIO. It was... I'm gonna have to look that up. Yeah, we'll look it up. I'll look it up in a second. I thought they were gonna play Mr. Jack, but they didn't play Mr. Jack. Korn was there too. Yeah, I believe BYOB did play. Yeah, I believe they played that. I have a... Yeah, I'll check it in a second. Oh, Rutland Airport's right here. Alright, so it is a fairly decently sized airport. Alright, we're going to be doing a short final. Alright, it'll be a short final, but we'll make it. Here we come. But yeah, Korn was also there. They played first. But yeah, it went till like around midnight. And getting out of there was a pain in the ass too. Because I ordered an Uber and the Uber kept canceling. It went from like $60 to $100 and they just kept canceling on us anyway. Same thing with Lyft. Well, Lyft actually wasn't that expensive. Then we had, but so yeah, we ended up, some Nigerian man in a Toyota ended up driving us home. That was a good show though. Got to go with some former co-workers of mine. Alright, so yeah, we used up, whoa, okay. So yeah, we used up a bit much of the runway, but we have a small plane, so it'll be fine. Okay, that was the butter. I believe that was the butter. Alright, so not too much at this airport, really. I think let's just park up, use the drone, get some pictures. Icarus, I didn't know you were into metal. I didn't know you were into metal. I was surprised, actually. There was a lot of hot girls there, too. Like, a lot of hot bitches. And that surprised me, because, you know, I did not think that, you know, metal was this popular. I was going to say, because I definitely got... I always kind of liked metal, some metal. But with, you know, after Ozzy passed, RIP to the legend, I definitely started listening to it more. And yeah, quite a bit of it. Okay, so apparently there's no parking. Whoa, okay, whoa, we almost tipped. Okay, so yeah, we need to find somewhere to park up. Alright, let's just, I guess we'll go on the grass so Icarus doesn't hit us. We'll just drive on the grass.
This Labor Day weekend, we're celebrating Bob's Discount Furniture's 200th store milestone with the entire...
I don't know if you guys have Bob's Discount Furniture, but it's a furniture chain in my area. Alrighty, so Jake is either flying around or just parked up. I'm not sure, to be honest. Remove before flight. Okay, that's just a rando. I'm just gonna drive on the grass. But yeah, Rutland Airport, I think they have flights to and from Boston. Rutland has a small tourism industry. Okay, Jake's also an icon now. Yep, everyone's just driving in the crash. Whoa, what the fuck? Damn. That's not supposed to happen. Okay, we got some biplanes parked here. What is this, a Stearman? I can't tell what that is. Alright, in the meantime, let's try the drone. Let's see what we can find. How do I... Fuck, I forgot how... Whoa, okay, it's E to go up. Okay. So this is Rutland Airport, ladies and gentlemen. 2 runways. Alright, we got Jake over here. Oh, okay. So we got some kind of a road that goes to it. Not that huge an airport, I guess. I thought it would be bigger, but I guess not. And then we got the road here, this US 7. So yeah, this is basically, yeah, we were flying right along this road. And then we just went to the airport. It runs right by the airport, basically. Not sure what this is here, some kind of a farm field. So yeah, you would take a turn, and then you would drive to the airport. Let's see what they did play. I wish I'd record. I should have recorded it and put it on my YouTube. I wish I'd done that. It would have gotten copyrighted, but all right, let's check out. There was "Coming Undone" by Korn. That was playing. That played. And there was a gentleman who got kicked out for masturbating, so he definitely was coming undone. Okay, I think "Freak on a Leash" played. Prison Song played. Chop Suey. I think "Psycho." IEIO, that played. I'm just gonna look it up. System of a Down. System of a Down. MetLife song list. So yes, they performed Soldier Side, BYOB, Chop Suey, Toxicity, Sugar. They also did play Show Blind. They played Queen, or I mean, it was they played "We Will Rock You." Maybe that was Korn. I can't remember. It was System of a Down. Concert was a triumph. Damn, they have not performed there since 2012, apparently, in the New York tri-state area. But yeah, there was definitely Prison Song. Toxicity, yes, I believe Toxicity. I don't believe they played Lonely Day then, but I'm definitely gonna add that because I want to listen to that. Lonely Day. I'll listen to it later. We're not gonna do it on the stream, but in the meantime, let's get some screenshots and let's get on our way.
Delivery from tons of local stores. Only a handful of alcohol retailers and items don't count. I won't lie. I've had too much fun being like, markups on groceries. Right,
where's
not
Jake?
my
What?
fridge.
What?
Markups
Jake?
on
What are
pet
you
food,
in?
Not for my DOG.
It's just
Markups
he's
on
just
tools,
sitting there. He's just sitting there.
Goods, meds,
Okay,
not
now
in
now
my
we got
house.
out. Okay.
Anyway, it's awesome. Order now at shipped.com/360. Terms apply.
Okay. let's get back over, we'll get a screenshot, and we will be on our way. Alrighty. Alright, we're gonna get a nice screenshot of everybody. Oh, okay, Icarus disappeared. Icarus just disappeared. Say, I wanted to get a screenshot. Okay, now I don't know what it's doing. Okay, Icarus just disappeared. But we'll get a screenshot. Okay, so Windows key Shift S. There we go. Now I'll open that in Paint and paste it. Alrighty. Rutland. Alright, icon A5s. Alright, we'll save that. Okay. We'll get another screen. I'll get another one. Alright, there we go. Alright. Alrighty. Meantime, let's get on the road. Okay. Alright, let's get out of here, folks. Okay, let's put the flaps up to... Alright, let's get out of here. Oh, my parking brake's on, that's why. Alright, we're gonna taxi to the runway. I'm just gonna drive right on the grass. Whoa! Why? Okay, I didn't know there was a taxiway there. Had I known that, would have I not. I remember in Charleston, West Virginia, I actually, whoa! Damn, you could actually spin tires. You could actually chirp the tires on this thing? No shit, that was badass. Okay, let's do our flaps up. Alright, so we're going to fly over Rutland a little bit, and then we'll be on our way. Alright, we got 30% of fuel, so we might have to fill up later on. We'll just call Dave in his pickup truck. If you guys remember, only the OGs will remember that.
Yo, Bigfoot here. If you're a New York homeowner and have an electric bill over $100, you can go solar for no money.
Damn, yeah, the trim on this thing is crazy. this is Rutland, ladies and gentlemen. So, Rutland, Vermont, one of the 5 cities in Vermont. Alright. And below us, we got US 4. That is a stretch of highway, which is also kind of like an interstate. Runs, I think, from here to the Vermont-New York border. I mean, you could see it looping through the mountains. So yeah, there is a mall here somewhere. Well, there was a mall in Rutland. Yeah, my fucking neck is killing me, dog. I think this is actually the Amtrak station in Rutland. I gotta say, these new copyright songs, these new like copyright free songs, are actually not bad. Before, it used to be the cheapest, shittiest stuff out there. Nowadays, it's actually not bad. It's actually decent. Alright, now we're out of Rutland. Alright, so next stop is Edward F. Knapp State, aka the Montpelier, so capital of Vermont. And then we got like probably a couple more stops after that. So we may or may not have to, I'm not sure really what we're doing here. We may or may not have to cut this up into 2.
Oh no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
My debit card.
their card.
Oh shit, better out than
Not
in.
the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your
What's
car.
the ETA for...
Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use card lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and
It says
That
35
sound?
minutes to
That's
Rutland
peace of
to
mind from Chase.
Edward F.
Chase
Knapp.
mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply.
That
JPA
sounds
Chase Bank
reasonable. And then
NA,
there's
member FDIC.
Morrisville. It's saying for 35 minutes to Edward F. Knapp. Maybe we should switch planes, to be honest. Maybe we will for the next flight. Actually, maybe not, because I kind of want to land in Lake Champlain on this thing, so... Maybe we should, maybe we shouldn't. I don't really know yet, to be honest. Alright, yeah, we got some back roads up here. what lake this is, because, yeah, I honestly don't really... Alright, I gotta look at the maps here. Maps. Alright, we're kind of near, I think. Yeah, I don't know where we could be. Okay, so we're near, like, North Chittenden, Vermont. That's where we're near now. Chittenden Reservoir, that's where we're flying over. And we got Brandon. We got Brandon not far from here. So, yeah. We're currently over, like, Chittenden. Then there's, like, North Chittenden. Then to our, like, 9 o'clock angle, there's Pittsford. And at our 10 o'clock, we have a town called Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. I started, actually, speaking of which, when I was at the show, me and my friends, we started a Let's Go Brandon chant, even though Brandon isn't in office anymore. That lady who said that, like, she made a ton of money off that. That NBC reporter who said, "Let's go, Brandon." Yum, 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 yum. All right. So let's see. Let's look at tap. How long is it? Yeah, so we're gonna have to wrap this one up. Once we get to Montpelier, we're gonna wrap this one up, right? Because we got shit to do. We will carry it on next week. Just I use the plane. I mean, this plane is kind of slow. That's why. But yeah, a lot of nice mountains around here. Nice.
There's more to love with YouTube Music Premium. Listen to ad-free songs and discover new podcasts anytime, anywhere. Try 1 month free. We're a bit off track here, but alrighty. Welcome, 5 viewers. $10,000 feet. Damn, this thing climbs. Alright,
Alright, Jake is way ahead of us. Icarus is behind us. He's actually not far behind. Kind of wish this thing had autopilot, you know, not gonna lie. Oh shit, man, I got shit falling down. Alrighty. Yeah, one of my Pepsi bottles fell. And I'll deal with that shit later. I can't because I got a bit of a mess going on my desk. I want to clean it, but I keep fucking forgetting. Let's switch to the interior camera here. Jake's doing his own thing, I guess, because Jake is like near Burlington. Burlington is sort of that direction. We're not exactly heading to Burlington. I mean, we are, but it's not our current destination. We're heading to Montpelier, then Northeast Kingdom. Yeah, damn, I got a hot co-pilot. Oh, okay. Getting tossed around a bit, but... Whoa! Yeah, I don't know what the hell it is with this thing, man. Alrighty, yeah, damn, I can't do, but this thing has no autopilot. That's the annoying thing about it. There's no fucking autopilot. We're at 12,000 feet. Can this thing even go this high? Alright, yeah, I'm just curious. I'm going to look up what is the cruising altitude on this thing. Alright. Oh, shit. It's actually reading something and now I lost it. so. Oh, okay, Icarus is close. Yeah, it's hard to stay on course with this thing. How it keeps climbing. All right. All right, working our way toward there slowly but steadily. I'm getting a bit distracted, but alright, driving simulator on the flight sim, by the way. What do you mean by that? Driving sim... Oh, is that when we had cars in flight sim? Still, I'm amazed this thing can climb this high. I'm just going to look up Icon A5 service ceiling. 15,000 feet. This thing can go up to 15,000 feet, so... not bad. So I guess the cabin is pressurized then. It's got to be pressurized then. I'm going to look it up. So it's not pressurized, but it can somehow still fly up to 15,000 feet. I usually thought the max you could fly without pressurized was 10,000, but I guess not. Alright. Let's get some music here. Alright.
This may be the last ad
So yeah, we're at 15K now, but we're coming up on my failure.
Extension from Capital One Shopping,
We
They
got,
just buy to edit on sites like YouTube.
sorry. We got Interstate I-89 down there that runs to basically the Canadian border. Runs through Montpelier. Coming on into Edward F. Knapp State. I think I see it down there. Here we go. Error accessing live aircraft data. Did I fucking disappear or some shit? Okay, I see Jake. I don't see Icarus though. Where's Icarus? Yeah, where'd Icarus go? I see Jake, so... My internet, I'm still online. Alright. Anyways, there's... So we're going to do a quick pass over Montpelier. And we're going to get on approach to Edward F. Knapp. I don't see you. I don't see Icarus for some reason. Oh, now I see him. Yeah, he disappeared for a second, so. Alright. So yeah, Montpelier is not that big of a town, apparently. Flight man was going to join, but he can't. Oh, someone's in here. Oh no, Jake stopped streaming. That's what that noise was. Okay, so there is 2 runways there. This is where Bernie Sanders lives. So this is Montpelier. Not really a huge place. Alright, meantime, let's get lined up for the airport. Yeah, I don't want flaps just yet. What runway am I gonna do? Yeah, let's do the long one, I guess. The short one will be hard to make, so. Alright, gonna be a short final here. Well, okay, yep, just took my eyes off for half a second, and here we go. That was a steep dive, but we made it. Come on, come on. That was smooth. Alright, Vermont State House. Alright, we're going to check that out next time. But we're going to be wrapping this one up here.
With YouTube Music Premium, listen to your favorite songs ad-free. Download music and podcasts to listen offline or on the go. Enjoy thousands of customized playlists and radio stations. And jam to music when your screen is off or while using other apps. There's more to discover with YouTube Music Premium. Try 1 month free.
This is good enough. Alright, Icarus is coming over. Icarus is coming over. Alright, what about Jake? Is Jake coming or? Because I guess Jake's not coming. Because Jake was in Burlington, but I'm not seeing him anywhere. Alright, let's get a nice screenshot. Let's get it better. Yeah, I could do better. Let's just do. There we go. That's a good picture. All right. Alright, great. See you, Icarus. It's been real. Alright, I'm going to wrap this one up here myself, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, everybody, for watching. In the meantime, I guess that wraps up for the stream. I hope you guys enjoy the stream. Please do subscribe if you guys want more streams like these, and have a good day.